Well, hey, what's up, guys? It has been a day and a half. So I went and got my military ID card for dependents and stuff today. I was going to show you guys, but I already took my wallet out, and it's probably over there, I don't know, out in the family room or something. Anyways, so what I did is basically I used this form, which you see it says it's the application for identification card / DEERS enrollment. So what this is basically it is form, it says DD form 1172-2. I'm showing it to you this way so it doesn't, I don't want to reveal any information about me. But anyway, so there's the form number. You may be wondering how I still have this if I got my ID. Well, let me tell you. So this whole process started last week when I went to book my appointment. I'm looking for places near me, near my zip code really, that can do this identification card for dependents. Now, the interesting part here is that I had to keep bumping the search radius out, right? I think it starts like, your option is like 10, and so it was like 10 miles, nothing. Okay, 25, no, nothing. 50, nothing. Okay, what the heck, let's go for the gold, man. Let's see, within 100 miles, what have you got? And the closest place is actually in North Carolina. That's how close we are to the state line, that North Carolina was closer. The problem is that place was appointment only, and I was like, just make an appointment. Okay, fine, whatever, I'll make an appointment then. And then I look into it, and it's like, oh, but we only do appointments on Tuesdays. Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we only do those Tuesday appointments between 7:30 and 11 a.m. I'm like, wait, what? Like, you're almost 2 hours, you're like over an hour and a half away. Come on, man, what the? So I had to break down and go to this other place that was 2.5 hours away, sort of in the North Charleston / Goose Creek area. And it's like this joint base with naval weapons systems or something like that. Anyways, I had an appointment for 12:45. Now, the fun starts in the fact that even though I scheduled this appointment on the website and put in some information, I didn't get any notification or reminder that I had this appointment coming up. So I wake up this morning and I'm like, man, I don't remember when I made my appointment. And I'm looking at all my emails, work and personal. I'm checking my little calendar things and all this stuff. I'm looking for text messages on my phone. I'm checking the spam folders, junk mail, I'm coming up with absolutely nothing. I'm like, well, what the crap? There's like literally almost no evidence I made this appointment. So I call them and tell them who I am, and I say, yeah, I made an appointment. I really can't remember the time. I can't find anything to indicate when that is. They look it up. They go, oh, 12:45. And I'm like, well, crap. Okay, thanks. Bye. It's like I got to leave in like less than 30 minutes to get there on time. So I shower, got dressed. Now, I don't normally wear a button-up shirt, especially working from home these days, but I just thought, you know what, this is a picture ID I'm going to go get. It'd probably be nice if I, put a decent shirt on. Just try to look, somewhat presentable. Try to look nice. Right, Littlefoot? Yeah, Kitty agrees. Anyway, so I get there with about 25 minutes to spare almost. And I wasn't sure if I was going to, I couldn't figure out ahead of time. I looked the best I could. I was trying to figure out if I was going to have to actually go on to base for this, if I have to go do the visitor pass thing and all that, or if this was, and I did, turns out. So I go to the guard booth, and the guy says, okay, yeah, well, you go back out there, go this way, and then take a turn that way, and go in that building, and get the visitor pass thing. He said, and it's like, it's early afternoon, it's like, shouldn't be too busy, so I'm like, okay, cool, thanks, no problem. So I go make my little U-turn, leave, go out there. I get to that visitor center where you go get the little, visitor pass or whatever. Oh, yeah, and by the way, so it's kind of like here's the guard booth, and then just here, and then just right over here with a fenced-in parking lot is the building of the second floor of which I need to get to for my card. I'm like, technically that's like not even on base, but whatever. So I go up to the visitor center, and they've got like a big old piece of paper on the window, and it says, hey, We're closed starting at noon on June 1st, which is today's date if you didn't know, and we'll reopen tomorrow, June 2nd. I'm like, but I need to get in for the thing. I need the thing to get, and I have to put your I can't do this again tomorrow. Even if I could, it's like, damn, I just drove 2.5 hours. Like, holy crap, what a waste. So I go back to the guard booth and I just was like leveling with the guy. I'm just like, look, man, they're closed. It says something about training today and they don't reopen till tomorrow. I made an appointment for this ID card thing. So the guy was like, all right, well, I'm just going to go ahead and let you go then. Just go ahead right there, and you keeping an eye out, of course, Don't be gallivanting all over. When someone does that, don't go gallivanting all over base. You know what I mean? Someone, took a risk. I mean, for all I know, it seemed like no big deal to me. I don't know. This could have been like a major, I don't know, security violation. I don't know. Maybe this dude could have risked getting fired. I don't know. I just know that he was like, all right, go ahead. I'm just going to let you go anyway. Because, what else can you do, right? Once I have the card, I don't need the visitor pass, right? So, but anyways, we got all that sorted out. So I get in there, and I get up to the second floor of the room. Pretty neat little place. I think I posted some pictures on Facebook earlier. They just had a couple little things to see. I didn't exactly go past like the Naval Museum or anything, but looked really cool, if there is such a thing. I don't know. Anyways, went in there, go up to the counter, and turns out I didn't have the right form, right? Because this is the form. This is the DD Form 1172 sitting right here on my desk at home, 2.5 hours away, and I was just like, I was about to lose it. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I brought the wrong piece of paper. I just drove 2.5 hours for nothing. I can't believe I did this. Oh my gosh. And at this point, I'm getting ready to just walk out of there. So I'm like, forget it. It's over, Rock. Like, we're going to have to do this later. The lady was like, well, wait, hold on. How did you get it? I'm like, my wife did it at reception. She's like, no, how did they send it to you? I'm like, oh, well, they sent it in the mail. She goes, oh, okay, well, there's a good chance that if they send it in the mail, it should be scanned into the system. She's like, not always, but they're supposed to. She's like, so the people at reception really were doing their thing right. Really knew what they were doing. She's like, it should be good. So she's like, go ahead and sign in. So I sign in. She's like, go over there to desk number 2 or whatever. I sit down. I wait. She comes over. I give her Sarah's social security number and date of birth, all that info. She looks stuff up and finds the form. So, hey, how about that? Where she went for reception, they did everything right. So it worked out good that I didn't need that. So this is a cool thing. This card will provide me with access to the base stuff. Like there's this morale and fitness whole department that you can be a part of for recreation and morale or something like that. Stuff like that. So that's cool. There's access to the commissary. There's access to the post exchange, base exchange, whatever you want to call it. So there's all that good stuff. Oh yeah, and this is essentially my insurance card, right? The TRICARE, the medical insurance, the medical coverage you get being in the military and being a dependent there is called TRICARE, and this card, getting it is basically what activates it. So it's like my coverage is effective today because I got the card. So that was the other key thing, because I don't know if I've discussed this on my channel before. It's not something I shout from the rooftops, but it's not exactly a classified secret either. I am a type 2 diabetic, and I take a medication called metformin. And the way that works is when I get the prescription for metformin, it's good. It's something I have to take, perpetually. It's a maintenance drug. But it's good for X number of refills, right? So they give you like a 30 to anywhere from a 30 to a 6. I don't know why they won't just do a 90 thing. Anyway, so they give you about like a 30-day supply, 30 to 60-day supply, and then when that's out, you go back and get it refilled. Or in this case, the pharmacy automatically refills it. But you only get so many refills, because after that last refill, you've got to go back to see a doctor. Or, you can even just do a walk-in clinic. I mean, you don't necessarily have to go see like a, schedule an appointment to go see like an actual primary care physician kind of thing. Although you could, but anyways. And so what they do is they check your A1C and a couple other factors of your blood just to make sure and see what's going on, see if they need to adjust the dosage up or down or do something different or whatever. And then they refill the prescription and you're good to go. But you've got to do that visit. You've got to have that A1C check. Otherwise, no more refills. So just simply paying for a prescription in a pocket, my metformin is fairly cheap. I want to say it's barely more than $20 without insurance. Not really much skin off my back, but if you're talking almost $100 or more between the out-of-pocket cost to go to a doctor or urgent care kind of place and get the blood work done, and then another 20-something bucks to get the prescription, you could be looking at anywhere from 120 to almost 150 bucks total. And that's kind of rough depending on what week it is as far as how that lines up with that good old-fashioned thing we call payday. And, of course, the bills. So, yes, I'm very much relieved that I've got that done. That's over with. I did talk to my wonderful wife for like 15 minutes Sunday. I don't know what was going on because I thought they sort of took it easy on Sundays. They clean, they can go to a service at the chapel if they want to, all that kind of thing. But she said they were running behind for something. And so she only had like 15 minutes. I will tell you guys right now that while I have sent her some letters that she still hasn't gotten, but supposedly from the time that it hits the battalion mailroom to the time your soldier gets the mail, it could be up to 10 days. So we're still in that window, so we'll see. But because I sent her some letters and some stamps. But anyways, I will tell you right now that it's good for me to do the writing. I don't know how, and I guess we'll see once she gets them. I don't know if she really wants a lot of letters sent, at least for me, because guys, I was kind of like, well, we can talk. But I will tell you that for me, it helps just to be, because I'm used to seeing her every day. I'm used to communicating with her. I'm used to letting her know what's going on because we share this life together, being, husband and wife. So doing that helps, but also just talking to her, because usually by like Friday night, Saturday morning, knowing that Sunday's coming up, I'm gonna get to talk to her. Like usually it's rough. Like that's hard for me. That's the hardest part of the week because I feel rough. I start missing her that much more, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so horrible, And then usually I can talk to her Sunday, and I'm like, man, I feel so much better. I heard her voice. She told me how her week went. This past week, she said that they actually did the thing with the gas mask, which basically they learned how to put that on appropriately, correctly, make sure it's sealed up and fitting good. And then they stick them in a room, and they release some kind of gas thing, tear gas. I don't know, mustard gas. I don't know, not mustard gas. No, that's horrible. Tear gas or something, some kind of gas. And then they have to take the mask off, and they're exposed to that gas for X amount of time. And then they vacate the room and start getting some fresh air. She said it was pretty bad. She says like I was dry heaving, is what she said. She said she had a little bit of sunburn like on the back of her neck, and when the gas hit that, even that was burning, like the exposed skin was even. So it's not just like the wet stuff like your eyes, nose, or mouth, or just breathing issues. It just messes you all up. It's some rough stuff. And to that, all I could say was, well, honey, better you than me, and glad it's not me. I mean, I was just like, man, that's rough. That's the not cool part of the training, right? So, anyways, that's what happened. She made it out. She was good. She said, it gets better once you're no longer exposed to it. You just need a little bit of fresh air for a few minutes. It gets better. But anyways, so that's where we're at. We're getting there. I believe this is the end of week 3 coming up at basic for her. So that's the end of this phase. I can't remember the order the phases go. There's like a red, white, and a blue phase, I think. Anyway, so I'm just glad she's doing well. It was good to hear from her. That's where we stand. That's what I'm doing. I've got my ID card. And I feel all special inside. Yeah, it makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. Mostly because you accomplished something that involved paperwork and administrative ability, of which, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at like a 1.5, with 10 being the ultimate administrative person. So the fact that I pulled this off, I'm like, man, I should go out, grab a few cold ones, maybe. Like, that's really an achievement for me today. So, yeah. Oh, man. So, anyways, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. That's where we are. That's what Sarah's doing. Hopefully, this week she didn't do any more gas chamber things over her. She did say they were going to be doing one of their first ruck marches. And, I got to be honest, with my feet being a diabetic, I don't run. Because balance is difficult when I'm moving that fast. It's hard because I don't have very good feeling or sensation in my feet. It's very hard to gauge kind of how and where they are. So I don't run a whole lot. I walk at a pretty good pace. There's some people that run slower than I walk. But I guess it's more about the cadence or the movement of the legs and the feet more than it is how fast you're actually moving. Perfect example, Sarah got me some really good sandals that look kind of cool that we thought would be really neat to wear, just, like around the house, like or apartment, I guess you could say. Like I take the dog out at night or just something, just whatever, just something real quick if I just wanted to run down to the store and I didn't want to hassle with putting shoes and socks on. Well, we found out the hard way that's not such a good idea because they keep slipping off my feet because I can't gauge when they're on there all the way or not, and that's very dangerous when you're trying to drive. So you can imagine and it's hard to explain because it's kind of like there's a lack of sensation at the same time. The nerves are so messed up that it's like hypersensitive. Like if you think stepping on one of those sweet gum balls or a Lego lights your foot up, it's like 10 times worse if I were to do it because my feet are like. But anyway, so that's why I don't run. That's another reason why I'm really wonderfully blessed by an amazing wife that likes to run and is doing good with running in the Army right now. So that's great. If somebody has to run, she's the woman. I have other traits. I have my strengths. So, but anyways, guys. So that's where we are. That's kind of where I'm at. That's what I'm going through right now. I'm just trying to take it a day at a time. I want her to know that I miss her. I want her to know that I love her and I'm thinking about her. But I try not to make too big of a deal about it. I'm not gonna break down and boo-hoo on the phone. I miss you, honey. Please come back home soon. She's trying to focus. She's trying to keep eye on the prize. So I don't want to detract from that. I want to be supportive of it. So yes, I'm the support team back here on the home front. So anyways, guys, sorry this one went a little bit longer, but that's what's going on. That's my experience so far.